Hey everyone, welcome back to my blog. So today I'm doing a really quick video and blog post on the Kylie cosmetics line and just a couple of the stuff that I recently got and kind of like what my first impressions are of them. So here I have 3 different lip glosses by Kylie. I have her bronze eyeshadow palette, which I've had for a while now. And then I also got a set of her eyeshadow brushes, so we're going to test these out and kind of see, you know, if they're really worth the hype or the money or anything like that. So to hop right in, I have already used this eyeshadow palette. I've given it some love, and I've had it for, I don't know, a few months now, a couple months. These lip glosses are new. I've only ever tried one of them, but I'm also going to test these on and check those out too. I do have Kylie lip kits, but they're not really something that I want to focus this video on. I think that a lot of people have them, a lot of people like them, and I don't think a lot of people know about the glosses or are big gloss people. These have been out for a while now, but I just don't think that a lot of people buy them, and I know that I'm a big gloss person more than lipstick actually, so I'm excited to see how these work out and they look, and I'm going to give you guys like some swatches and stuff of them as well so you can see. So I have 3 lip glosses here. 2 are from her original line, or one of them is technically from her original line, and it's called So Cute. It's like this light nude color. I also got the Cocoa K color. I don't think she originally came out with this color when she came out with the glosses. I think she only had 3 colors. There's like literally and So Cute were the name of the 3 originals. But I bought this one because I love the Cocoa K matte lipstick, liquid lipstick, so I figured I'd love the color of that. And then I also bought this from the Cocoa collection, which was basically she did a collaboration with Chloe, and all the packaging is gold and stuff, and this one is called Damn Gina. You can't really see the color because it's literally covered with gold, but I'm gonna show you those. So I'm gonna start by swatching the So Cute gloss. So these are very thick, like compared to like a normal gloss. Hopefully it'll focus there for you. So that is So Cute, and it's really pretty. I think this would be pretty if you had either really light skin or when you're definitely like not super tan. The next one I'm gonna do is Cocoa K. So this one is definitely darker and pinkier. It looks a lot like the liquid lip kits in the Cocoa K that I have. But I think this would be really pretty if you have like an olivey skin tone to a more deeper skin tone. And then this one is called Damn Gina from the Chloe, the Cocoa collection. And this one actually looks kind of like the Cocoa K one right here. But it is a bit darker and it does have a shimmer in it. So those are really nice. So I'm going to try one on my lips today. I'm going to try the Damn Gina one, this one. And we're going to see after I do my eyes how it feels on the lips. So I'm going to go into this set of brushes that I got by Kylie. And they were only, I think, around 30 bucks, and you got a lot of brushes in them, and I always need good eyeshadow brushes, so I thought these were perfect. They had a good array of different brush types and heads that you would need. This one's really nice here. These are the kind of brushes that I usually go for, but they're really nice, and they're white and black, so we're gonna test these out and see how well they do. So I figured it was only fair that I tested out these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brushes with a Kylie product. So I'm using the Kylie bronze palette, and this has 9 different eyeshadows in it. I don't have any eyeshadow on today, I just have eyeliner and a little bit of mascara. So we're going to test these out and see how well they work. Alright, so I'm going to start off with this giant fluffy brush. And I'm going to start by going into, actually let's try and give these a good run for their money here and put on a primer. So I'm going to put an eyeshadow primer on. And this is just the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. I'm just going to put a little bit of this on both eyes. Perfect. Okay. So now diving into these, I'm going to go back in with that big fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this first color here called Jasper, which is just a basic like transition shade. So far the brush is picking up the eyeshadow pretty well. And I'm just going to be placing this kind of all over the lid and up into the brow bone. I like the way that these feel on my eye. They're very soft, and I can tell that they definitely pick up the color pretty well. So, alright. Next I'm going to go into the color over here, which is, I think this is Topaz, right here, with the same brush, and I'm just kind of dabbing it in there, and it is picking up, if you can tell, a lot of the product. So that's good. And I'm just going to do my makeup how I kind of like would normally do it. I'm not going to go crazy with a ton of crazy colors. I just kind of want it to be natural, just to test out these brushes a little bit. So this one fits really nicely in the crease. I think it's blending out the color pretty well. I don't think her eyeshadows are per se like the most pigmented eyeshadows I've ever used, but they're definitely a buildable shadow, which I like, because it's not like if you go with a heavy hand, you're going to be totally like crap out of luck, you know? So, alright, we're going to put this one away, and we're going to go for like the smaller, more dense version of that brush. And I'm going to go in with this color right here. And I think this color is Tiger Eye. So this one is definitely picking up a lot of color. I'm afraid that it's going to be too much color if I don't pat it off, so I'm going to try not patting it off this time and see. So this one is a bit more flatter and less fuller than the other brush, but this is nice for deeper colors that you want to be more precisely in a certain area of your eye. So I do like this. I do wish that this brush was a little bit rounder, just because I think flat brushes for me are kind of like hard to blend with, because I tend to use flatter brushes more for just like packing color on my lids and less for blending. So, but this is nice, I think, for defining what you're doing. This would be really nice for like a, probably more of like a darker color, like in the outer V. So to test out, we'll test out this more dense, really pointy brush, and I'm gonna take this dark color in the bottom corner here called Hematite. I don't know why it's called that, but I don't even know what that means. We're gonna take a little bit of it on the tip. This would be a nice like under brush. I'm gonna focus this in the crease, as if I was doing like a bit of a very like subtle cut crease. And when you're doing cut crease, you kind of just want to put it a little bit above your crease area. So this is nice. It's very sharp point, so it'll definitely be very precise. And then I'm gonna go in with that first fluffy brush and blend it out. And then I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Now, I'm not a huge fan of like pencil-y brushes like this because I don't tend to do very cut crease type of looks. I think that they're very heavy looking for like an everyday type of look. If that's your style, by all means do it up, but for me it's just not something that I wear like on a regular basis. But today we're gonna go for it, even though I said I was doing a natural look, because I want to get a good sort of first impression on these. So far I think this is my favorite brush, the first one. Okay. So next I'm going to take this one flat brush, and I'm going to take the one right in the middle called Quartz, and I'm just going to pack this on to my lid. And this one has a bit of a shimmer to it, so this is a nice lid color. And this brush is actually doing a very good job packing the color on, and it's not taking me too much to pack it on. So this is good. There's a little bit of fallout. I'm not sure if that's because of the actual shadow or the brushes, but either way, it packed the color on pretty decently. Yeah, I'm impressed. All right. So then I'm going to take a little bit of this color on the side here called Goldstone with that same brush on the other side. And I'm going to just focus that more on the outer corner half of my eye. Just for a little bit more slight of dimension. So her shadows are actually very nice. They just give a decent amount of fallout, which is not something that you really want in a shadow, but I think with each like downfall is a, you know, a plus, and I think that her shadows blend pretty well. So, and then the last brush I haven't used yet is this really flat like smudger brush. This would be really good if you're going to do a smoky eye, but I'm just going to use it on the lower lash line today with this same color, which is the Hematite. I'm assuming that's the name of like a stone or something. And we're just gonna blend this along the lower lash line. Yeah, this is really good for your lower lash line. It keeps it really precise, the line, but also allows you to smudge it out pretty well. I think one of the hardest things I find is finding a brush that kind of fits under your eye pretty well, and this one is actually pretty good. Alright, so my final thoughts on these brushes. I think they're pretty good. I think getting 5 for 30 bucks, especially from Kylie Cosmetics, is a pretty good deal. I think they blended out her eyeshadows pretty well. Now, this is just using her eyeshadow palette. I'm sure if I used it on a different eyeshadow palette, I would see kind of differences because maybe the shadow, I guess, consistency would be a bit different. But overall, I think these brushes are pretty good. I think from a scale on 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I'd probably give them about a 7. And I think that's pretty high considering, you know, she makes makeup and I didn't really know she made brushes, but when I saw these I was like, yes, this will be great. The reason I'm not going to give it anything higher than a 7 is, one, because the color is kind of annoying. I hate white brushes because they get stained really easily, but the plus side to them is that you can see how much product you actually got on the brush compared to, say, you know, a brush that's like a bit, well, this one's a light brush as well, but something that's a bit darker like this Eco Tools brush, you're going to have more of a difficult time seeing how much product you actually got on the brush, and then by the time you put it on your eye and it's just way too much, it's kind of like, you know, a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. So I like white for seeing how much product is on the brush, but I don't because they get so stained so easily. But these are really nice. They feel really nice. They are made out of wood, I believe, the actual handle, but I think they're really nice overall for a set of 5 for the price that you get, especially considering other brands like Sigma, Morphe are really high priced for even just one brush. So I think this is a really good deal, and if you're someone who doesn't really have eyeshadow brushes, or you're just starting to get into makeup a little bit more, I think these are a really good way to go to pick up for yourself. So I'd give these a 7 out of 10. So those are really good. A+ for you, Kylie. More of like an A-, but still pretty good, still an A. And then we're just gonna try on the gloss. So this is the Damn Gina gloss. Now these are super crazy pigmented. I really like that her brushes also are like the ones that move, because they're like, I don't know, they're more fluid to use than like something that's really stiff, like the normal stick lips, like the normal stick type of lip gloss sticks that come with your product. No, I think this is really pretty. It's definitely not something that I would probably wear on like a day-to-day basis. I think that it's very pigmented and super nice. This would be more of like a going out lip for me, but I do really like it. They're really smooth, not sticky, and the product is pretty nice. I want to check to see how much transfers. Yeah, so they come off. They're definitely not an all-day wear kind of thing. I mean, I'm sure they'll last a while, but we'll have to see and check on that. How long it lasts throughout the day. But I think I'm going to try on the So Cute one, because my skin is sort of pale right now compared to what it normally is, and this might be like a decent color for me right now. These are super pigmented. I don't know if this is a good color for me right now. I lied. So these are really pigmented and super opaque, but because this is a lighter color, it's streaky. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this color on me. It looks like I have like foundation on my lips. So, I don't know. I'm gonna take that one off too because I'm not a huge fan of it right now with my skin tone. So we got one gloss left to try out right now, which will probably be the one I keep on. This is the Cocoa K color. And I already know that I like this color from her lip kits, so. Oh yeah. Definitely more wearable for me than the So Cute one. So I think this color is something that I would probably wear more on a regular basis. It's a little bit more subtle. It still is really pigmented. It comes across kind of like a lipstick on. It looks like I have a lipstick on with a gloss over it. So if you're somebody who's not a big gloss person, I am, but I'm more into like sheer type of glosses. These, I'm not really sure how much use I'm going to get out of them. Hopefully a decent amount if I can work them into, you know, different types of looks. I definitely think that I'll wear the Damn Gina and the Cocoa K one a good amount, but the So Cute one is just way too pale for me right now. I'm not really sure if this will ever work with my skin tone. I have to try it out throughout the seasons and kind of see with my skin tone what works the best. I think overall the consistency and the feeling of them on the lips, I would definitely give an A+. So I'd give that a 10 out of 10. As far as the pigmentation goes, I'd give the Damn Gina and Cocoa K one a 9 out of 10. They apply pretty well, and I didn't really see much streakiness with them, but I definitely saw a lot of streakiness with the So Cute one, which I would probably give on like pigmentation. I'd probably give it about a 6, just because it is opaque and pigmented, but applying it is just really not easy. It's very streaky. And as far as like my final thoughts on if these are worth the hype or the money, I think these glosses run about $15. I'm not sure if I would repurchase them. Although I am a big lip gloss fan, these aren't the type of lip glosses that I normally go for. I like ones that are a little more sheer and see-through, with like a touch or hint of color. These are a bit extreme, and I don't really know what the best circumstance for you to wear these would be. Typically I wear a lip gloss if I'm going out or if I'm running stuff throughout the day, just to keep something on my lips so that they're hydrated. These, on the other hand, I don't know, they're not very good probably to eat with because they would just come off with your food, and you would end up eating them. I have tried drinking out of a straw with them, and it gets all over the place on the straw. So I think if these are hit or a miss, I would have to say these are a miss, only because I think that it's just kind of like a weird, I don't know what kind of setting you would wear them in and what they would work, you know, for. Maybe for like a nice event or something like that, but if you're eating or drinking, going out on a date, if you're going to be kissing somebody, if you're going to be doing anything where there's wind and your hair's going to get stuck, it's just going to be a hot mess. So I would say no to the glosses, even though they are really good quality, really nice pigmentation and coloring. I would just say no, just because they're not practical. So I would say yes to lip kits. If you like liquid matte lipsticks, I would say yes to those, but these I would say no. So that's everything that I have to tell you guys about with the new Kylie stuff that I've tried out recently. So if you have any type of products from her collection that you really love, feel free to leave them in the comments down below of this blog post, or leave it on one of my Instagram photos. I'd love to hear from you guys what you guys think of certain products, or if there's anything that you think I should test out that I would like. So thanks so much for watching this, and I'll see you in my next blog post. Bye!